Whoa! Black Walnut! Welcome aboard! Week 7 in the books. Tommy, Vic, Coco, joined by myself, Joey Scumaci. Another good week, Tom. Some close matchups, high scores all around. We're halfway through the fantasy season. Tommy, give me your breakout performer this week.
Halfway through and I'm still 0-7. All right, we're going to start out with breakouts, right?
Breakouts, baby.
Breakouts. I don't know if this counts, and he played the worst defense in the league.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Chris Johnson. At one point during the game, he had 4 carries for a 103 and 2 TDs. Unbelievable. I think he finished with 195, 2 TDs, 20-plus carries. With his stats, guy was looking good. And he also had an 85-yard run.
I mean, that's awfully easy when you're running against that high school D. I'm gonna have to go with the guy I played against, Tom, Vincent Jackson, ex-San Diego Charger.
Crazy.
Yeah, the man had 7 catches for 216. I think he was playing the defense, the only defense worse than the Bills, and that's the New Orleans Saints. He had 7 for 216 and a score. He was a monster. He put up almost 30 fantasy points. He's my breakout performer of the week. Some notables, Tom. His
almost had another TD.
Josh Freeman. Yep.
Yeah.
Drew Brees was a notable with 4 TDs.
Mm-hmm.
And a good spot start by Toomey and Randall Cobb at 2 scores, 85 yards against the Rams for the Packers.
Right.
Tommy, we got some injuries. We got buys. Who, if you needed a guy, would you pick up right now?
I'm going off the path because there's only one guy. There's literally one guy you should pick up. But here's my spot start of the week. KC defense against Oakland.
KC, huh?
Oakland coming in to Arrowhead. Toughest place to play. Off a win, which doesn't happen much. We don't know how they're going to react.
Yeah. I like it. Going Midwest. I do like it. I do like it.
Book it for 10 points.
That's a divisional game. That's a divisional game, too. Book that one. I'd pick them up if you need a spot start defense. I'm going to go, Tom, with the obvious one, the one you just talked about, Mr. Rashad Jennings. Obviously, if you've been in
the only pickup this week.
Yeah, it should be the only one. If you've been in a hyperbaric chamber or in a coma for the last week, MJD hurt his foot, could be Liz Frank. Gonna need multiple weeks off, it looks like. Not surgery, but I'd pick up Rashad Jennings. Who
the hell is Liz Frank?
Yeah, who is Liz Frank?
Who is that?
She sounds like a total bitch, but all I know is she's got something to do with your foot.
She sounds like a whore. Yeah, I was out last night, I was begging Liz Frank.
Oh, that's great.
Bad ring.
That's great.
Bad ring.
That's classic. All right, yeah, so pick up Rashad Jennings, pick up the KCD if you're desperate and you need a pickup. Tommy, now brings us to another segment of the podcast, and that's bringing a guest on to the podcast for us to heckle, ask a couple questions. This week's guest via the Brazzers steaming hotline, Brazzers.com. If you want industry, you got the best. And for Brazzers, we're going to be inviting Steve McCraw into the show, and I think Steve is going to be joining us in just a second. Steve is 6-1 on the year, owner of the McCruit. Hey, there he is, Steven, owner of the Coons. Hey, what's up, buddy? I can't really see that above your head. What's that say? Tell the fans out there.
Tumia loves the meat whistle.
Oh, Jesus.
Tumia loves the meat whistle. Steve introduces himself via the Brazzers steaming hotline with Tumia.
It's like Woody Pedge over there. Woody Page.
Woody Page. That's great.
Absolutely.
Steve, welcome aboard.
Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
Couple questions here, Steve. You're sitting 6-1. You're tied for first. You edged one out last night by the hair on your Irish chin. Tell me what it's like to be on top and striving for your goal, your first ring.
Well, actually, I should be on top because I beat the shit out of Bear week 1, but we'll leave that to another day.
Sure,
but
that brings us to the next
question.
question.
Man, I got the lucky Irish shoe or horseshoe up
I know.
my ass, as Joey
really
called
do.
me.
Yep.
What did lowest points for?
Second
That's all
lowest.
right, man. You gotta play defense.
You gotta D up.
I'm not saying.
Defense wins championships.
It really does. It really does.
Yeah. Defense and kickers.
All right, Steve, so you got a staple with Aaron Rodgers. Do you have any question marks? Do you have anything you're worried about the remainder of the year?
Probably my wide receiver 2, trying to make a deal right now, but you know how this league goes.
A little wheeling
No one
and
makes a
dealing.
deal. Everyone's pussyfooting.
Wheeling
now.
and dealing.
They had one
trying to
trade
make
this
the move.
year.
I know.
Pussyfooting.
Yes, I agree.
We had a
Tom
league
and
record
Steve.
last year.
Not a lot of trades.
I know.
And yes, Steve, we're off a
Not
record
at
year
all.
in trades. So, I mean, I don't know. I think
Yeah.
some guys are getting desperate this week. I think it's time for you to make a move. But you're sitting in a good spot. I say 2 more wins. Definitely 2 or 3, you're in. So that's all you really got to do.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you,
One
who do you got
more
coming
is
up this
probably
week?
in.
Who you got
I
this
got
week, Steve?
big showdown with Mike Callahan.
That's a huge showdown. But you caught him on a couple
Big
buys,
showdown.
didn't you, or no?
Nah, I think he's fully.
Oh, he's
fully
clean.
going.
That's right. He gets
Good to
Jamal
go.
back. He's going to have Eli slinging
Yeah.
it. That's right. That's
All
a
right,
big
Steve,
showdown.
one more.
It's going to be for first place.
One more,
Oh, yeah.
Steve. How do you feel about those Niners?
Oh, Niners look they look good at home, but except for their kryptonite Eli Manning, you know how that goes. Big shout out to fucking JJ Leray and his
There it is.
damn Giants.
There it is.
All right, Steve. Thanks for joining us, bud.
All right, thanks guys for having me. Remember,
problem,
Andy
Steve.
Toomey loves meat whistle.
The meat whistle. Here he is, Steve McCraw, courtesy of the Brazzers Steaming Hotline. If you want the best in industry,
Unbelievable.
you got Brazzers. That was Steve, owner of the Coons Are Never
All right,
Incognito team.
On to the next segment. What we got, Joe?
Tom, Steve's 6-1. He's sitting tied for first, so we talked about this last week in our power ranking segment. Do you got him in the top 3? Who's your top 3?
Oh, I got him in the top 3. I got Bear, 1. Taking over the 1 spot for Mike.
I
Bear,
agree.
Mike, Steve. I think that's it. D-Sass, close 3. D-Sass, bring up the rear at 4.
He's got Breeze, Tom. I can't argue. I mean, anytime you got Breeze,
playing
I
lights
got to
out.
play him this week, and he's got Breeze, so I'm a little nervous. I don't really know the rest of his teams. He's got 2 Niners, but he's got a good team otherwise. All right, Tommy.
All right, Joe.
We put this segment in new last week. It's called Role Play, FaceTime, whatever you want to call it. We only got time for 1 this week. I'm going to hold up a character. You tell me who he is,
All
and
right,
you can
Joe.
interview that character. Who am I, Tommy?
Oh, who are you? Oh, you're Martin.
Martin Herney, former GM of the Carolina Panthers. I say former because I'm on the streets.
So, let me ask you a couple questions, Martin. What do you think? I mean, you had all those good players. What happened?
You know, Tom, I gave out some heavy loaded contracts, but I've had 3 winning seasons in my last 11 years. How the hell I even lasted this long is beside me. Let me give
No
you a quick
idea.
breakdown of some of these draft picks I made.
Yeah, go ahead.
I traded up in 06 for Everett Brown. Bust. Y'all remember Dwayne Jarrett, USC? Bust. I traded 2 second-round picks for Appalachian State quarterback Armani Edwards. Bust. Jeff Ota, lineman, out of the league. And I tried to convince Julius Peppers to stay, and he said,
That
"Go fuck
don't work.
yourself."
How about, so what happened, so you gave, DeAndre Williams a huge deal. He had 2 carries last game.
Yep.
For the highest paid running backs in football.
Yeah.
Piss.
Tom, I can't really answer that question, and that's probably why I'm out of a job, but I gave $80 million to my backfield, yep, and my best running back's my quarterback, so I don't really know where I'm going with those contracts. I basically capped the Carolina Panthers for the next 3 years, and it's just inevitable at an 80 and 89 record that I'm out of a job.
Yeah,
That's
the
Martin
Panthers are
Herney.
better now 12 hours after Sunday. They were better. After they got fired.
Yes, the Panthers
All right,
are a better
Joe,
team today.
On to our favorite
I
segment.
love this segment, Tommy. The
We
lock
got
of
hot
the week.
last week. We
Got
bounced
your
back.
student loans on it.
Back.
Tom, we bounced
going-
back.
I'm 2-1 the lock of the week. We hit Miami. Got our asses wiped on Atlanta.
Yep.
We hit Green Bay last week.
Hit
barely,
Green Bay.
But we're doing okay. How'd you do last week, Joe?
I'm 1-1. I got my ass wiped with, who was it that one game? I don't even know. It was such a bad bet.
New England.
Yep, New England. Oh my God,
Louisiana
so bad.
Lafayette.
The Raging Cajuns. That's college. We won't talk
Against
about
North Texas. All right, we're going to make it quick here. My lock of the week is going to be the Indy, Tennessee over.
Over the
None of us can stop
total
anybody.
47.
They can't stop anybody.
Look, if
Tennessee
Tennessee's
can't
going to
stop
give
the
up
run,
30-something
Tennessee can't stop the pass, it's going to give up a fortune. How about
I
you,
agree.
Joe?
I'm going to go with another over, and this is a rare one because you want to associate the Steelers with the over, but I like the Pittsburgh-Washington game over. Washington couldn't stop the flu. If it was in front of them, Pittsburgh, an old secondary without Polamalu, Robert Griffin, he's the truth, over 47.5. Roll with it. Book it. Bet your student loans on it. Lock of the week.
Book it.
That's week 7. Black Walnut signing out.